Can AI really read your mind? It sounds like something straight out of a science fiction movie. But what if I told you it's becoming a reality? For decades, the idea of telepathy has fascinated us, a power reserved for superheroes and psychics. But now, thanks to staggering advances in artificial intelligence and neuroscience, we are on the brink of turning this fantasy into fact. Researchers are developing technology that can decode our brain activity and translate it directly into text. It's a breakthrough that could change everything about how we communicate, interact with technology, and even understand ourselves. But with this incredible power comes profound questions and risks. Are we ready for a world where our thoughts are no longer private? Let's dive deep into the astonishing and slightly terrifying world of mind-reading AI. So, how does this mind-blowing technology actually work? It all starts with the human brain, an incredibly complex organ with about 86 billion neurons. Every time you think, feel, or move, these neurons fire in specific patterns, creating tiny electrical signals. Scientists can measure this activity using techniques like electroencephalography, or EEG, which uses sensors on the scalp, or more invasive methods like implanting electrodes directly into the brain. For years, we could see that this activity was happening, but we couldn't make sense of the noise. It was like listening to a massive crowd of people all talking at once. But that's where artificial intelligence comes in. Modern AI, specifically deep learning models and neural networks, are exceptionally good at finding patterns in massive, complex datasets. Researchers are now feeding these AI models vast amounts of brain activity data. Here's a simplified look at the process. A volunteer might be asked to silently read a passage of text while their brain activity is recorded. The AI is then shown both the brain scan data and the text the person was reading. The AI's job is to learn the correlation, to map the specific patterns of neural firing to the corresponding words and sentences. It's like teaching a computer a new language, but this language is the language of thought itself. The AI learns to recognize the unique neural signature for hello, for dog, for I'm hungry. It's not just guessing, it's decoding. The result is a system that can, with increasing accuracy, predict what a person is thinking or hearing just by analyzing the signals from their brain. One of the most groundbreaking experiments in this field involved a system called a brain-computer interface, or BCI. Researchers developed an AI decoder that could translate the brain signals associated with speech into text on a screen, in real time. This wasn't about reading minds in a general sense, but about capturing the neural signals intended for speech, even if the person couldn't physically speak. For people with paralysis or conditions like locked-in syndrome, this is nothing short of revolutionary. Imagine being able to communicate with your loved ones, to write a book, to simply say, I love you, all through the power of your thoughts. It's like having a direct line from your brain to the outside world, bypassing broken biological pathways. This isn't a far-off dream. It's happening in labs right now, and the speed and accuracy are improving every single day. But let's be clear, we are still in the early days. The technology is far from perfect. Current systems often require invasive brain surgery to implant the electrodes needed for high-quality signals. Non-invasive methods like EEG are safer, but produce much noisier data, which makes decoding thoughts much more difficult. Accuracy is also a major hurdle. The AI might be able to get the gist of what you're thinking, but it can still make a lot of mistakes. Think of it like a student who's just started learning a new language. They might understand the basics, but will struggle with nuance, idioms, and complex sentences. Furthermore, these systems currently have to be trained on each individual person, because everyone's brain is wired slightly differently. A model trained on my brain's activity wouldn't work on yours without extensive recalibration. Despite these challenges, the progress is undeniably rapid. What was considered impossible just a decade ago is now a tangible field of research, and the potential applications are truly mind-boggling. Let's look beyond the immediate medical uses. Imagine controlling your smartphone, your computer, or even your smart home with nothing but your thoughts. No more typing, no more swiping, no more shouting, "Hey Google." You could simply think about turning on the lights, and they would turn on. You could compose an email in your head and send it without ever touching a keyboard. This could fundamentally change our relationship with technology, making it a seamless extension of our own minds. In education, it could create personalized learning systems that adapt to a student's level of comprehension in real time. The possibilities are as vast as our own imagination. But as with any powerful technology, there's a dark side. The moment we start talking about decoding thoughts, we have to talk about privacy. Your thoughts are arguably the most private and intimate part of who you are. What happens when that final frontier of privacy is breached? Who gets to own the data generated by your brain? Your employer? Your government? The company that made the device? Imagine a world where your unexpressed political opinions, your secret fears, or your fleeting negative thoughts about your boss could be recorded and analyzed. This technology could be used for surveillance and control on a scale we can't even imagine. It could lead to a new form of discrimination, where people are judged not by their actions, but by their thoughts. The ethical questions are enormous, and we need to start having these conversations now. Before the technology becomes widespread, the potential for misuse doesn't stop there. What about manipulation? If an AI can read your thoughts, could it also be used to influence them? Imagine targeted advertising that isn't just based on your browsing history, but on your subconscious desires at that very moment. Or political propaganda that subtly nudges your opinions by tapping directly into your brain's emotional centers. It sounds like a dystopian nightmare, but it's a genuine risk we need to consider. Then there's the question of security. If your thoughts are stored as data, they can be hacked. Someone could potentially steal your memories, your ideas, or even your very sense of self. The implications are staggering, and they highlight the urgent need for robust regulations, ethical guidelines, and a global conversation about how we want to proceed with this technology. We need to build safeguards into the very fabric of this research from the beginning. So where do we go from here? Mind-reading AI is no longer a question of if, but when and how. On one hand, it holds the promise of a future where we can restore communication to those who have lost it, create a seamless interface between humans and machines, and unlock new secrets about the human brain. The potential benefits for medicine, accessibility, and scientific understanding are immense. On the other hand, it presents some of the most profound ethical challenges our species has ever faced, touching on the very nature of privacy, free will, and what it means to be human. The future is truly closer than you think, and the line between science fiction and reality is blurring faster than ever before. This isn't just a topic for scientists and engineers. It's something we all need to be thinking about. The journey into the mind has begun, and it will be one of the most defining technological and ethical voyages of the 21st century. We are standing at a crossroads with the power to shape a future that is either one of incredible empowerment or one of unprecedented control. So, I have to ask you, would you trust an AI with your thoughts? What boundaries would you want to see put in place? Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm really curious to hear your perspective on this. If you found this journey into future tech fascinating, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the technologies that are shaping our world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.